What is going on, guys? Cody here. I have figured out the Infinite 8 Easter egg. Ridiculous. This is crazy. This is going to blow your mind. So make sure you guys do leave a like for all my research on this video. I really do appreciate it. I'm so excited to bring this to you. It took a very long time to collect all this information. So let's jump right into it. First of all, I want to bust some things. I did not ever say that that was the Freddy Krueger Easter egg. The people that have uploaded the stuff about Freddy Krueger is nothing to do with this Easter egg whatsoever. Freddy Krueger has nothing to do with the 8 killer. He's not the 8 killer. He didn't kill 8 people. He's not that guy. It has nothing to do with him. So all the people that uploaded Freddy Krueger videos doesn't make any sense, and it's not even factual. So, alright, let's go into the background of this story. So, the guy that is the Infinite 8 killer, and that's what I'm dubbing him pretty much, his name is Merle Abrams, and he passed away in the Bolingbroke Penitentiary at the age of 57 in December 2008 while awaiting trial for the abduction and torture, and he actually never even confessed to the 8 murders, but the 8 bodies were never found. Now, we actually know from my searching that I have found one of the 8 bodies. There are about 7 more to find. Wow, that math is horrible. But there's 7 more to find, and I'm going to find those, and I'll put that in a part 2-ish of this video so you can go check that out. And basically, where he got his name from is this Infinite 8 actually came from the symbol 8. If you flip the symbol 8 on its side, it becomes an infinity symbol, okay? So take that, and that is the Infinity 8 killer, but we also just say the Infinite 8 killer because that just kind of makes more sense. It just flows. It rolls off your tongue a little bit better. And the player can actually find the bodies on the northernmost point of the map. And if you guys are interested in finding the bodies a little bit more in depth, you can go check out my video from yesterday in which I found one of the bodies, and it's off the rocks on the northern side of the map. So that's pretty crazy. So let's get into a little bit more of this Easter egg, and let me just tell you pretty much what happened. Alrighty, so there was this crazy guy named Merle Abrams, as I said. We're just going to call him Merle for now, and he lived in Sandy Shores, and Sandy Shores is a crazy place. I knew it was a crazy place, ridiculously psycho place. You have Trevor that lives there. I mean, it doesn't get any crazier, but it obviously does. And he went a bit crazy, and he started seeing 8 all over in his head everywhere, and he thought that it was a sign from something, a higher power, to sacrifice and kill 8 people, and those were the Infinite 8. And I mistook that. I think that some of them were children, because one of them said 8, something about 7 called mom, or 6 called mom, or something like that. It just doesn't make sense in the context of all the other ones that were like screaming, running, all that type of stuff, and then someone called your mom. So, I don't know, doesn't really make sense to me. I thought it was a child, but maybe it wasn't a child, and we're going to talk about that in a second. So, he started to draw all these crazy stuff, and it looks like in blood or red texta, you never know, but it looks like blood, and he drew these things. There's one on where the neighbors are, and they were kind of driven away from his home when it was set on fire, and the burnout shell of his home remains are in the photos, actually on screen right now, and you can check them out in Sandy Shores, and one of them says, "Go away, Merle Abrams, you are a wrong," and it was really weird. Very weird, alright? So the next one says, "There will be 8. So that's kind of a foreshadowing of he's going to be killing 8 people. And this is evidence to the start of Merle's descent into just craziness. He just went psycho. And he states there'll be 8 bodies, 8 deaths to fulfill this ritual, this crazy stuff that he wants to do. And here are some other things you're going to want to notice. There is a 5-bar gate at the left-hand side near the bottom, and that commonly means he's counting, so he's just ticking off how many people he's already killed, and possibly at this point, he's only killed 5 out of the 8 that he actually wanted to kill. And now, if you guys remember back to the poem, and we'll see that on screen in a couple seconds, or a minute or so here, the last one, it sounded like the last one wasn't a complete kill. He didn't kill the last person, so that's something to think about there. And above is also a drawn image of what looks like the image or the writing that was on Mount Chiliad, but it's not. It's a completely different thing. It's not at all whatsoever. It just points to where the bodies have been laid at the northernmost part of the game map. In the back of Merle's house, in this message, 8 is just stood up as the infinity, so it just looks like an 8, but then this is the first link between the number 8 and the Ouroboros, the snake that eats itself, and the symbol for infinity. What relevance this has not been found whatsoever, and this is just crazy. I'm not exactly sure. I want to find out what that means because I think there's more to this Easter egg, but pretty much we know the killer now, and we figured out a lot of the stuff. After Merle's house was burnt down, He actually fled and possibly lived in the desert or some sort of building on the northern shore of the Alamos Sea, and evidence has yet to been found where he's lived, and reports have been made on Reddit and stuff like that of a shack where you can hear screams that just go on throughout the night, which is crazy stuff. And he continued his killings and eventually reached a total of 8, bragging about the number, writing on rocks in the desert. But it says 8 won't wait. 8 won't wait. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. If I'm just going over this once again, I know I did this in my first video, but 1 is done, 2 is fun, 3 tried to run, 4 called mom, 5's not alive, 6 is nix, or 6 is nix. That means like nothing. It's not there anymore. 7's in heaven. 8 won't wait. 8 won't wait. Doesn't seem like he finished his task. So, quite interesting. One thing to note is that Merle has never actually written out the word 8. He only has the symbol for it, and this has great significance for him for some reason. After the completion of his crazy ritual, he is later pursued and finally put in prison by the police. But before he is sent, he manages to write another piece out in the desert. And he writes, "They want me, they can have, but they'll never get my people, even though I shall leave them sign enough where they put me." So that's creepy. That's really creepy. And this is just, that's a creepy message from him. And he knows he's going to be pursued and caught by the police. He knows he's going to go to prison. But he says he's never going to give up the location of the bodies to the police. So maybe there's some sort of Easter egg or some sort of completion task to finding all of these bodies. And there's also another little, this is something that probably you didn't even see, but this is a little sign off to the side. It says 8 won't. And we know this from the first poem, 8 won't wait. What does this mean? Every poem, the victim died. This is what I'm talking about. I don't think he killed that last victim. I don't think that happened at all whatsoever, which is very, very weird, very, very creepy. I swear, I thought he killed him, but I'm not sure about that. We're going to be interesting to see if we can find out some more information about that. And guys, later on, as I said, Merle was sent to prison. Don't know if he gave ever some sort of confession. Alright, and on the wall it says, "Where water meets, land and fire once spewed forth, there the infinite 8 shall stay until I return." So he's saying where it is. Guys, water and land, that means the islands. Fire once spewed forth, that means some volcanic activity, and those are the northern islands up there, as you can see, barely formed islands. And if you know anything about geography, that's the logical place for where they are. And accompanied is a more detailed map showing the northern tip of the game. And this is actually on that guard tower. But there's been no evidence to where the other 8 bodies are. I've found 2 bodies so far, so there are 6 more to go. And I'm very, very excited to see what can happen here. And what became of Merle, guys? Everybody's asking what happened to him. And it says suspected killer Merle Abrams dies in prison. So it looks like he's dead, and doesn't know what, we don't know what else happened. And it's going to be pretty crazy. There's also some other information on here, guys. First of all the disappearances happened 5 years ago from 2008, which is when he died in December. And it says that there was 8 young men that were killed while jogging. All the murders by same person, and circumstantial evidence links Mr. Abrams to all the victims. No bodies were ever found. Abrams never confessed, blah, blah, blah. And there's a bunch of 8s all around. So that is what that note there says. It's kind of I guess it's a notice poster or something like that. So very, very interesting. Very, very crazy. This is all the information that I have found so far. If you have any other information, make sure you put it down in the description down below. There's an ongoing thread on Reddit, so you can go check that one out. That's where a lot of this information did come from. I have been doing other research, and I found the bodies before I even saw Reddit, and then I found the Easter egg as well. So I found the Easter egg, I found the bodies, and then I posted that on there, and then I also found all these notes and stuff like that afterwards. So you can go check out all these things in the description down below. I'll try to link everything as much as I can, but I'm really excited to figure out this Easter egg. This is a very, very cool Easter egg. I also still think there's more to know about the Mount Chiliad Easter egg as well, so we'll be looking into that and stuff like that. I've been looking into it with a couple other friends, so we're going to see what comes of that within the next weeks or so. But yeah, tons of crazy Easter eggs in this game. This is an Easter egg that we thought was just some benign little thing. People thought it was Freddy Krueger. People thought it was all kinds of crazy stuff, but it actually turned out to be a huge part of the story. And as well, guys, just so you know, all those little notes and pieces of paper are unrelated to the story. That'll be another completely other video. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys do thumb up this video if you want to check out my other Easter eggs. The down description down below, which is craziness. But yeah, until next time, this has been Cody. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm out of you guys. Have a great day.